Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakha, Chodash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to sincere Ak. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, La B'Chayarim, Shal Yasha'Allah. Peace to the election of the nation of Israel. Wa Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, B'Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem, Chakodash. All praises to the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, Baha Bariath in the Hebrew, and his only begotten Son's name is Yahushai, Baha Bariath in the Hebrew, which the world English calls Jesus Christ. B'Hashem, meaning in the name, Rakha, meaning spirit, Kodash is holy, which are in the Paleo Hebrew, which are the true, only, and powerful names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, in which you Hebrew Israelites are supposed to call upon, which the Hebrew Israelites consist of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Of course, since our people have been scattered amongst the heathen, some of our people may look like the heathen, but of course are actual Israelites. Through, of course, the seed, alright, being through their father, alright, and of course their spirit bear witness with our spirit, and we are the children of the power, alright. You're able to understand the scriptures, alright, and that's what the elect, that is, the understanding of it. 2/3 of our people, they are going to understand the scriptures and such, alright, but you have our people have a zeal, alright. But, for the most part, it's according to knowledge. Alright? And Yah Amafba, or I am, or, well, really, I want to say Shem Yah Slakia. Shem Yah, or my name, Amafba, is Amafba, which means truth, Baha Bariath in the Hebrew. Mayan, Great Millstone, from the Great Millstone Plaintables camp, located here in Baha Ayar, alright, and of course the city, alright, Ayar in the Hebrew is city, alright, of Philadelphia, PA, coming again with this truth, alright, Za'amath, alright, through the Ruach HaKodash. So you have here, this is a continuation on, pretty much I've been covering a lot, going into, America's debt, and who, of course, the people are being destroyed by Esau, Edom, whom is the so-called white man. Esau, alright, this the actual biblical nationality of the so-called white man, alright, is Esau, Edom, okay, when you go into it. He was red like a hairy garment, alright, his skin shows red, alright, through his skin, alright, the blood, that is, shows red through his skin, alright. And it was, of course, a sign and such, alright, when you go back to Cain, alright, a distinguishing mark, so the wicked are the Edomites, alright, though some of our people are scattered and may look like them, the spirit, it reveals, who the actually Edomites are, and, they are, of course, the ones that are in rulership, okay. And you have it where these bankers, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, etc., etc., they are ruling, and as it says, America's crippling debt, every man, woman, alright, every Ayash wa Asha, and you got child, alright, or Bunyam, or children, alright, O's Uncle Sam, which really is the Federal Reserve, $220,000, and you have it where, the people cannot of course, pay it back at all, alright, and, American people are in, alright, debt to this the Federal Reserve, which, if you've been following, of course, us at Great Millstone, and of course, following, of course, just in general, common knowledge within economics, which economics deals with household management, all right, the economy, all right, you'll know that, these bankers are destroying the people, destroying the American people with this, with their system, all right, of fiat money, which fiat money is a currency without intrinsic value, all right. Intrinsic value can be partially or entirely due to desirable features of a medium of exchange or in a store of value. Examples, and that's basically it. Where I'm gonna leave right there. It says that has established as money. All right, so it doesn't have a intrinsic value, and it has been established as money. It says often by government regulation. And, you have it where this money is being issued by the Federal Reserve for the United States, which is a private corporation, the Federal Reserve. It says fiat money doesn't have, and this happened, of course, in was that 1913. All right. It says that was the creation of the Federal Reserve. When you go into it, it says fiat money does not have use value. It says, and it has value only because the government maintains its value, because parties engage in exchange agree on its value. It says it was introduced as an alternative to commodity money and representative money. All right, and you have it where commodity money, you could go into that, is money is used, whose value comes from a commodity. That which is made. Commodity money consists of objects that have value in themselves, as well as value their use as money. You go into gold and silver and such. All right. So it says commodity money is created from good and often precious metals, such as gold, all right, and silver, because that's true, or amath, kasap, or money, or silver, all right. You have it here that which has uses other than the medium of exchange, such a good being called a commodity. Representative money is similar to fiat money, but represents a claim of commodity, which is deemed a greater or lesser extent. It says government issued banknotes began to be used in the 11th century China, and that's basically it. I'm gonna bring it. Right there. So, you have it where, they put out, the Federal Reserve put out, of course, these banknotes as legal tender, but they don't, of course, have any actual value, okay? It's nothing but paper or fiat currency. It doesn't have what? Any, true value, okay? So let's go further. This is the book of Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And you can see by this is a great image. All right, here you got this wee baby, he's crying, or baka, I believe, cry, or in the Hebrew, it would agree, we crib, all right, and that's who the people are really, when you look at it spiritually, because the spiritual man judges all things, okay, and we have to imagine things in our mind, we have the vision, especially being the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, are of the hopeful elect. Okay, which we speak things before. It says the aspiring U.S. government debt is apparently much higher than the official figure of 22 trillion, which I have, of course. You go into the U.S. debt clock, and you can see, it had hit about that 22 trillion. I believe it was this year. Yeah, I believe. But you can go and fact check it, because I've been bringing it out, and obviously our elders and apostles bring it out, all the Achim, all right, been bringing it out, constantly. It's lucky if I ain't give double honors in the intro of the video, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who Slakia Shinya Kabad La Shalahyakim Noah, all right. Our apostles was a Quanyam Shal Yashala of Israel, all right, Slakia. But anyway, going into it, says here, the indebtedness of the American financial system has now reached 22 trillion, or Slakia, it's 72 trillion. It says according to the numbers compiled by the U.S. Fed, which that's the Federal Reserve. All right, so you have it where there's an official figure published as 22 trillion, but when you go into it, the indebtedness of the American financial system has now reached actually 72 trillion. Now, indebtedness, let's go into this real quick, which it means here, the condition of owing money, right? And that money is owed to, of course, the Federal Reserve. The American people owe this money to the Federal Reserve, okay? These elite bankers, which are Edomites, all right, Adawam. All right. It says the higher debt estimate includes corporate borrowings. All right. Which, let me see. I want to make sure I check this real quick. Give me a wee moment. Nothing that came up. Let me just see. Corporate borrowings, consumer loans, along with debts added by state and local governments. All right. So you have all of these debts, okay? And I'll go into these terms probably in another lesson. It says with the debts being added by state and local governments. Over the past 40 years, the U.S. Treasury has been borrowing at a rocketing rate, with the state debt soaring from less than $5 trillion being Ronald Reagan's presidency, Slakia. Presidency, Slovakia, which means, to 29 trillion when George W. Bush took helm. It says the figure nearly doubled doubled prior to the last financial crisis, having reached 54 trillion. Since then, the sovereign debt of the world's biggest economy has increased by another 18 trillion. The world, and this is America, all right. They had the world's biggest economy, all right. And you see it, they're just in debt. It says the current U.S. population stands at, you got to hear this huge number. I'm not sure if this in trillions, but, Slovakia is 328,675,066. All right. According to the World Population Review, simple calculations show that the average American owes something of $220,000, with the share of family of four fluctuating to about $100,000. Last month, the U.S. officially hit the debt ceiling, with the limit expired on March, and the Treasury Department will now have to take extraordinary steps to prevent the country from breaching the next debt ceiling by September or early October. This place is through. All right, the mum. All right, the debt. All right, which is covered with, it can't be paid back. All right, so this is what you deal with. You deal with Edomites who rule using usury and such. All right, so let's go into it. Habakkuk 2 and I'm gonna start here. This is Habakkuk 2, and I'm gonna start at 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up in him is not upright." All right. So reading again, behold, his soul, talking about the so-called white man, the Edomites, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. It's wicked. All right. It's not. It's nay, of course, good. La'ah tawab. All right. It says, but the just shall live by his faith, the faith of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. It says, yea, that's the election. All right. It says, yea, also, because he transgresses by wine, which is wine is his philosophy. He is a proud man. Neither he keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as sha'awah, alright, as hell, and is as death or mawath, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what, of course, the so-called white man has done, alright, through conquering, alright, imperialism, alright, through, of course, democracy, etc., etc. It says, shall not all these people, are all these take up a parable against him, Slakia? Let me read it again. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increases that which is not his? And the so-called white man went over and, of course, went about conquering, stealing, raping, and robbing, all right, in the times of the Greeks, all right, going into them as Romans, and right now we're in the rebirth of the Roman Empire, that little season. All right, it says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, which is the thick clay, all right, is Ibatya Bahabariath, all right. So thick clay, which that is debts, all right, or heavy pledges, all right. So you see it, weights of pledges are heavy debts, and that's of course what the American, all right, you have it, America, all right, is in this huge debt, all right, and all these other countries are too, okay, through these central banks, etc., all right. You have it, U.S. debt soars at nearly to 1.4 trillion from last Christmas, rising. This was published back in 2018. It says rising $44,000 per second. I mean, look at this. This is just ridiculous, all right? And it's because, obviously, the so-called white man rules and wickedness, all right? And the Lord is bringing them down, all right? He does practices such as usury, all right? Which I got, of course, Aquana, or I got, all right? Ah means I, Bahabariath. Quana is to possess, or also to have, or got, all right? So going in, I got the Aquana Hasapar, the book called the Zonovan's Bible Dictionary Compact, and under usury, it reads, it says charging of interest on money loan, in which obviously them being the lenders, the Edomites, okay, they are in charge of the money, all right, which, as we've been going into, doesn't hold any value, but though they do issue it, all right. It says here, charging interest, all right, on money loan. It says law forbade loaning money to a brother, it says a Jew, or Israelite, for interest. And they got that in Exodus 22 and 25, which I have here. Exodus 22 and 25. It says, if thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. Okay, so this is good practices in the law. Okay, we're not supposed to lend money to our own people, all right, with interest. Okay, simple as that. All right, going on, and it reads also, they got Deuteronomy 23 and 19, which we're gonna go into. All right, Deuteronomy 23 and 19, and Korawa, it read, all right, Korah means, of course, Korah, Korah is, to read, all right, but yeah, going into it, Slakia, it said, thou shalt not lend upon usury, which that's the interest, to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, all right, interest on money, interest on victuals, which is foods and such, goods. It says usury of anything that is lent upon usury, all right. And isn't Esau, who's the so-called white man, supposed to be our brother, all right? Esau, who's Jacob's brother, but of course, you know, them, of course, claiming to be righteous, it just shows how the hypocrisy of them as a people. Okay, they know the Bible. They know, of course, that it isn't for them. All right, they cast the words of the Most High behind them. All right, as written in the book of Psalms. All right, the 50th chapter, which I brought up in the previous lesson, which you can go into and read on your own. All right. This devil knows these things, and they claim to be righteous, claim to be pure. They call themselves white, all right, which means pure or tahar in Hebrew. But they don't do what is upright, what is yashar or good, all right, or upright, all right, correct. It says, unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon thee. Upon usury, so upon a stranger, all right, that's the hagawayim. All right, us Israelites, we can of course use usury or collect interest off of, hagawayim, the nations, all right, the heathen. Okay, it says, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord Yahweh thy God may bless, or thy power may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand to do it in the land where thou go to possess it. Okay, so you see the law, you see in these laws right here written in the scriptures. So this damn devil got a lot, of course, to pay for breaking them, of course, and putting this in his hand, putting the Bible, which the Lord never dealt with, this damn devil and these heathen. Okay, they of course put the Bible to themselves. Okay, because the Lord only dealt with the nation of Israel. Okay, so them, of course, claiming to be obviously the people, to be righteous. Okay, the Ku Klux Klan claimed to be Jacob, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and these people are just nothing but wicked Edomites. They're wicked, actually. And they do all these things that are contrary to what Yahweh Shem Yahshua set up to do proper, all right, morally, okay, ceremony, everything, okay. So going forward, I'm gonna bring up this is the book of Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, which is canon, which is part of the Bible, 1611 King James Bible, all right, Malak Yaquab. All right, King James, the Stewart family, all right, who is actually a so-called white man. If you can, of course, go into the icons and go into your study, all right, and start listening, of course, to everything that the so-called white man published, which he, of course, used iconoclasm and, of course, covered up that, of course, so-called dark-skinned men ruled, all right, Europe, all right, 1,000 years, all right, and we are, of course, the true owners of this earth through Yahweh Shem Yahshua. All right, we're at the end of their kingdom, the end of their heaven, the end of their rulership. All right, end of the aeon. All right, eon or aeon, which is age. All right, so going into it, this is going to be the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, and let me see what I got. It's there's a scripture I wanted, but give me a wee moment. Let me see if I can look for it or right now, or because I brought out some of these scriptures in a previous lesson, but there's some other points I want to go into. Alright. Yeah, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and 10. It says, the physician cutteth off a long disease, the physician being Yahweh Shai. Alright. And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Alright, and isn't Esau ruling over the world as a king, as is written in the scriptures in Job 9:24? The earth is given on the hand of the wicked. Alright, he covered the face as judges thereof. That's that iconoclasm. Alright, so you know, the physician Yahweh Shai is going to cut off this long disease. Want to bring, of course, disease and stability to this earth. All right. Got the people in mourning. Got the Israelites, of course, you know, pleading and groaning all day and night just to get it. All right. We're trying to get it up here, you know. We got this damn devil ruling over us. All right. Which is a deceiver. Okay. And we're exposing them each and every day. All right. The water Yahweh Shem Shai Kaya Amathka. All right. Thy truth. All right. The water meaning thank you to the Most High and His only begotten Son for. All right. Kaya mean for. Math. All right. Ha'amath or the truth. All right. Thy truth, that is, Laki. Amathka. All right. I said. All right. So going now, this is going to be the book of Luke 10 and 18. It says, and he said unto him, I beheld Shaitan, which the spiritual demon, all right, Satan, all right, is a servant of the Lord on the left hand side. Now you have it that the so-called white man is the physical counterpart for Satan, which Satan means adversary, enemy, all right, enemy or adversary. It means that our enemy, all right, the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all right, as lightning fall from heaven. Heaven is rulership, all right, okay. They're in their rulership right now, which is their heaven. Okay, and we're seeing them fall right now with this debt and what is going to be and going to come to a what? A economic collapse. All right, this bubble is going to burst, which if you've been following all the economic advisors, they have been speaking about it for years and years upon years, and especially now, all right, how we're close to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, ultimately, all right, judging this damn demon, all right, the so-called white man, all right, and putting him out of rulership, all right. You know, I was going to go into this in the Zephaniah 10th, well, the first chapter, but let me see, I'm going to go this spirit. This is Zephaniah 1, and this is start at 8. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day of Yahweh's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such that are clothed in strange apparel, other philosophies and such. Okay, it says, in the same day will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their master's houses with violence and deceit. And it shall come to pass in that day, said Yahweh, that there shall be a noise and cry from the fish gate. The fish gate, right, is the marketplace, all right, which, you know, you go into, you're dealing with what? You have it, you know, these stock markets and all of that, all right. You know, you go into it, your Esau with his economics, all right, or America's, all right, imports and exports, all right, Wall Street, okay, and we see that with the whole, you know, the economy, you know, the algorithms are freaking crazy. You had a lot of volatility in the past. Now you got it's just like all over the place, and it's just, like I say, you know, you go follow these economic advisors, they'll show you who this place is destined to crash, all right, based on the numbers, based on what the so-called white man's doing right now. Anyway, going on, it says here that in a howling from the second, it says in a great crashing from the hills, all right. Obviously, in the scriptures, governments, and our mountains and hills represent, of course, governments and such. Which, you know, Esau government and his stronghold, obviously, you know, he's backed up with his other, you know, his you know, he got different strongholds, other countries, etc., etc. But, you know, just going into it, the hills is talking about Esau governments and strongholds. All right. I don't want to make it too confusing. I want to keep it basic. All right. But anyway, going on, it says, It says, "How ye inhabitants of Maktesh," which Maktesh is a city, a merchant city, right? Back in the ancient world, all right? You can go into it. For all the merchant people are cut down. And right now you have it where you're seeing that all of these various businesses, these corporations, the stocks, and all this is all failing. Okay, it says in that all that beer, silver are cut off. Okay, and we're seeing literally everything, the downfall of so-called white men, down to his economics, the economy, which is household management, because of what he's built off of, which is usury, lies, death. All right, he covered this, etc. All right, part of his image. But anyway, Zephaniah, all right, is 1:18, and you're gonna have it. This is gonna come to pass. It says here. It says neither. It says that day. Let me see where I was gonna start. Yeah, verse Zephaniah 1:14. It says the great day of Yahweh is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh, and a mighty man shall cry there bitterly. All right. It says the day is a day of wrath and a day of trouble and distress. Jacob's trouble. All right, which we're in the beginning stages of it. So when we all hell break loose, when this economy crash and the so-called white man really goes to push his sword, his martial law, ultimately the chip, the RFID microchip, and his new world order, okay, which the Lord is gonna upset. All right, when he tries to fully establish it. It says a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, and it's going to be through destruction, nuclear destruction, and destruction via coming to chariots. All right, a day of clouds, which are so-called UFOs, what the so-called white man calls, but they're IFOs. They're the chariots of Israel, which house the angels, which Yahweh Shai, who the world can call Jesus Christ, will be coming in, and the rest of the hosts. All right. It says a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon all men, and they shall walk like blind men. You know, you're going to have it. There's going to be famine of word. You're going to have it. The people are literally going to be in famine via not having, of course, the word. Also famine physically. All right. It says, and that's going to bring a lot of distress. You know, you're going to have pestilence. You're going to have all of this different things. All these things are going to be happening simultaneously. All right. Mass instability. It says that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, confusion in their flesh as dung. All right, their flesh. All right, flesh in Hebrew, I believe, is that's Bashar, right? All right, they got here Lacham. Lachawam, but that's just right. They got there near Slakia. It says neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day that of Yahweh's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, where he shall make even a speeding readiness of all of them that dwell upon the land. All right, and the Lord's really gonna destroy America. Destroy Esau, Edom, all right, all his strongholds, and wipe this system, all right, out of the way, all right. So anyway, you know, you got it. You know, America's crippling debt. Every man, woman, all right, and child owes the Fed or Uncle Sam $220,000. Alright, hopefully you're edified. Slocky if it was a bit long-winded and everywhere, but hopefully you're edified. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bashem Hashabah Shem Rekaku. That's what double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who right, all praises to the Most High, His only begotten Son. Alright, shalom to the, of course, the elect of the nation of Israel. Alright, shalom wa chesed. Alright, La Bachayarium Shal Yashala Shalom.